Welcome to the Rainbow Hive and the Balloon Hive. These are our two weakest hives. And back in December, we decided that we would try putting Klaus domes on each of these hives so we could observe them during the cold weather without letting the cold get down into the bees themselves. These plastic domes were developed in Croatia as a way to distribute the moisture more uniformly within the hive. The moisture rises between the frames, condenses on the plastic dome, and then the condensate is available for the bees to harvest as water, or if it gathers to a point of where it runs off, it doesn't drip down on the bees. Instead, it runs off the sides of the dome and disperses down the side of the hive. According to Gordon Klaus, who developed this dome, the moisture transfer is similar to the heat transfer. So in summer, the ventilation is improved enough that the hives do better in hot weather. I'm going to have to try this in my own hives in Texas. We're very careful to maintain the ventilation during the summertime, so I'll check and see how having a plastic dome helps my bees this coming summer. But this winter, as you probably know, we had a huge weather event in Texas. When we began to thaw out, I thought I'd check my dome hives. Here's that 8 frame that we were just looking at. This is the Rainbow Hive. And as you can see, it is thriving after the deep freeze. In fact, it looks healthier, more populated than it did before. You can get a good look here at the bees harvesting the moisture from the dome. And also under that, you can see the granulated sugar that I put out to give them an energy source. I just put a sheet of paper on some of the tops of some of the frames, poured granulated sugar on it, and the condensation now is coming up through the frames and getting the paper wet where the sugar is. This makes the sugar tastier for the bees, so you can see them feasting on it pretty happily here. Now let's take a peek in the 10 frame hive. This is the Balloon Hive. You can see it's not thriving like the Rainbow Hive is, so I'm going to need to get in there and do a hive inspection. Now when you have the Klaus dome, there are a few changes in the way you put the hive together. In just a minute I'll show you how the dome fits on the top of that brood box. It's very simple, but it does need to have a shim, an attic, or another box on top to enclose the hive, and then you put the hive cover on top of that. You don't need an inner cover. Here's the nucleus size, or the 5 frame hive dome. I haven't deployed this one yet, but I hope to as soon as we make a split. So you can see how it works. It just has these flaps out here that fit on the top of the hive box. It's scored so you can break them off, and the shim, the attic, whatever you use on top, fits right on top of that. It's very, very simple to install, and definitely an easy way to prepare for winter. We'll see how it does this summer in the Texas Hill Country, where it gets to be very, very hot. What happened to you? Well, I heard you run up there. Now that you're up there, are you afraid to come down? You can do it. Come on. I know you can do it. Come on down. Yeah. Come on down. Someday I'll do a video where I talk about these pieces of metal that we have lying around. They're actually useful. Although I'm not sure that that one is doing anything useful right now. Come on, you can come down. I know you can do it. Come on. Come on. I think you can do it yourself. Yeah, you can do it. If I help you, you won't know that you can do it. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. Ring around. Good girl. Good girl.